All right, checking, see if we are okay here. Perfect. Hello everyone, welcome to PGR Season 8 League Racing. I am your host, Sidonian Muse. Tonight, we have 5 races left in our season. Tonight we're going to be racing at Spa in the force of Belgium. Spa-Francorchamps. And as always, we're going to have 2 pre-race interviews before we get into our qualifying and our main race. And we're going to be interviewing tonight Greybush, aka I Do Tattoos from Season 7, who's racing with Vodka and the Red Bull. And then we're going to interview Uncle Larry Turd in the AlphaTauri. So let's
Hello.
Hello, let me just make sure I can hear you on stream there. Going. Okay, I got you there, perfect.
Hello. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're all good. How you doing, man? How you feeling going into Spa here? You a fan of this iconic track?
I've always liked the track. I mean, it's been around forever. It's got one of the most famous corners on the planet.
Yep.
It usually generates really good racing in the first half of the race until everybody gets spread out, and then it's on the driver to get the best out of the car, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Is there a spot, in your practice that you've been having the most trouble with around here?
Well, we have raced here a number of times over the seasons, and it seems like each season it's a different corner that gives me a hard time. This season it tends to be No Name. It's because that just No Name sets up Pouon, and Pouon is so fast. If you don't get out of No Name fast, you're gonna lose 2/10 right there every lap. And that, as you know, in Formula One, that adds up quickly. So.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's about 2/10 is just short of 2 car lengths. So.
All right.
On track.
Now, to those who aren't aware, you've been really finally coming together these past couple races. Getting these good points finishes.
Well, I've been able to finish. That's the plus. So.
Yeah, yeah, we get more consistent anyway. With only 5 races left to go. Do you have any goals going into the end of the season here? For
Well, I was looking at the standings, and my only goal that is in any kind of reasonably attainable goal would be to close the gap with Great Ace before the end of the season and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
With him not
top 5 finish.
Right. With him not racing tonight,
bad.
that'll be a big help if I can finish in the top 7 or so.
Yeah. That'd be wicked for sure, man. Because you're always here, so you're here every week.
Well, I just enjoy running the car. I even said it in the practice session earlier. I was like, why are these cars so much fun to drive? I don't know why they are, but they are. So we do it.
They are, yeah. They did a good job with these new cars for sure. Speaking of these cars, obviously the Red Bull is what you've been in this whole season. I heard you're kind of looking towards the McLaren for next season.
Well, I was looking at the McLaren because the best season I've had for PGR was actually in the McLaren.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been in the Mercedes, and that was just a little too oversteery for me.
Mm-hmm.
The Mercedes tends to be a knife edge kind of car, and once you push it over the limit, it's super hard to recover. It just seems
Yeah.
like some cars are easier to recover than others, and I had a better time in the McLaren than I did in anything else. But
Yeah.
overall, it really doesn't matter. So we'll see where I'm at next year.
Yeah.
Next season, it
We'll
doesn't
see.
matter.
Yeah, we'll see. Because anything could change in testing, you know.
Yeah, right.
Right. Like I said, we got after this we got 4 other races. We have France, and then we have our Christmas 2-week break for Christmas and New Year's, and then we come back to finish the season at Suzuka, China, and Abu Dhabi. Are there any other out of these 4? Is there another one you think that?
Well, I like the next 2. I like France and Suzuka. I'm not a big fan of Abu Dhabi. I never have been. It's a little
Oh,
better
okay.
this year with the reprofiling, but
Yeah.
overall, I've never. I just don't think I don't think it generates exciting racing. I don't know what it is about the
Yeah,
track
that's
layout,
fair.
but it just
That's
doesn't.
fair. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
If you're not a diehard fan and can deal with the cars being spread out and realize that, hey, this guy in the back of the field is lapping 3/10 faster than everybody, and he's the car to watch, you're going to be bored. You know what I mean? If you don't know what car to watch and what's going on and the circumstances behind that we get with like Sky Sports and all that,
Yeah,
they give us all the backstory with the team
100%.
that kind of builds the drama, and to see that driver perform and finish even 2 or
Oh
3
yeah.
places ahead of where they were expected, that's a huge event. And a lot of American race fans don't understand that because they're used to watching the bumping and grinding and wrecking and everything else from NASCAR.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%, man. And last thing, since pushing for time here, since gotta get Larry in here too. And that's, since it's probably going to be our last pre-race interview together for the season, how have you felt about this season as a whole in terms of not just your own performance, but, the field, I guess you could say, the field this season?
I think this season we've seen several drivers make big improvements. We've seen some other guys kind of fall off a little bit. We've seen guys like myself that did well previous seasons struggle with the new handling model, or in some cases, a few of us dealing with hardware issues because everything's switching to next gen and we're still on the older Xbox.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that in the next couple months, because over the next 6 months or so, I expect them to phase my Xbox out completely. So.
Yeah. Same. I'm on the original old big
old brick
black clunker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that all turns out. But yeah, those are some. No, I agree, man. Those are some great points you made there about all that stuff. Thanks for joining me for this quick little pre-race interview. Hopefully, like you said, Red Bull might move up in the constructors after this race.
I hope so. Double points finish will go a long way, especially with one of the McLarens not being here.
Exactly, yeah. You and McLaren trying to push Ferrari, trying to see if you can catch them before the end here. Right?
All right.
But anyways.
Well, happy. You too, man. Have a good day.
Yeah. And that was Graybush in the Red Bull. And now we're going to get Uncle Larry Turd in here from AlphaTauri for a quick little one as well. And to anyone who's wondering, we are a no assist wheel only league. If you want to join for next season, just message our admin Slim Fug. We have several spots open, so it should not be a problem to slide you in for season 9 coming up. I'd say around February. Larry. Hey, let me see. Let me just make sure I can hear you on stream there. Tats was coming through, no problem. Oh, do you got your audio included? No, you're not coming through there. Try. Okay, yeah. Working now, hopefully. Let's see.
Audio is included.
Yeah, gotcha. Perfect.
Beautiful.
All right, man. We're here tonight at Spa. Obviously this is a track that can. There's a couple turns that can just completely punish people. As we saw here last time, Vodka didn't even finish the race. You actually won here last time. So how is your confidence going into a track that you're a previous race winner on?
Decently well. There's definitely, like you said, there's a few different corners on this track. Some are I seem to be a little better with, and some I seem to be a little worse with. I'd put the over/under on me spinning at least 1.5, maybe 2.5 tonight. So I'm probably taking the over on that one. But we'll see how it goes. There's a couple of corners where could be an issue, and I'm probably running way too low of a wing setup. But we'll see. Might throw on a few clicks there after qualifying or something.
Yeah. Now I have to ask, because I'm not sure what Slim did after. Obviously, last weekend we were at Zandvoort, and I'm not sure, did he say anything about anything with, or did he let you off with that? Last week, to anyone who's wondering, there was an incident there in Sector 1 where, like, you broke a little too late and hit into the back of Vodka. Now, you know, Vodka still got finished in fourth by the end of it all, so it didn't, like, completely kill his race. But so did he tell you, did you get anything for that or no?
I haven't heard anything from Slim, but I definitely obviously posted up that clip to own up to it personally. I didn't feel like I had broke late, but obviously I hit him in the rear, so I did something wrong, obviously. But I am, of course, glad that I don't think he got damaged from it. I'm not 100% certain on that one, but given his fourth place finish, I believe that's correct. But I'm, of course, happy that he was able to get back and have a respectable finish, because I never want to ruin anyone's race, especially someone that's fighting for a championship. So I'm happy he was able to get a solid finish, and hopefully he can have some solid luck going forward here in his last few races.
Yeah, for sure. And he even said it didn't bother him too much anyway, because, you know, in the post-race interview last weekend, he said Zandvoort was, in his opinion, the best race of the league this season, in his opinion. So
it was a good one for sure.
So it didn't dampen his spirits too much. So that's good. But speaking of the season now, because this is our fifth last race of the season going in here now, and this is probably going to be our final pre-race interview together for the season until season 9 anyway. What's your final thoughts on the season as a whole and your performance, man?
Definitely for the league, it was definitely a great season. Definitely an awesome step forward for the league in regard to a lot of different facets, having payouts for the drivers, having a full-time commentator, which we're definitely very appreciative of, and definitely a lot more competition in the league this season than we've ever had before. A lot of full grids, so we're definitely having a great season. Myself, I can't say obviously I lived quite up to my expectations, but there'll be a new season next season. Hopefully I'll have maybe just a little bit more time to practice prior to each race, and you never know. Of course, next season, just as is every season, I'll be going for the championship on both aspects, both the drivers and constructors, and we'll see how it goes. I haven't looked at the standings in a while. I think we are a little bit of a gap back to Ferrari, and of course, unfortunately, Smoke isn't able to be here with his issues that he's got going on at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know how close it is, but I will definitely push to try and make it happen. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and final thing before I let you go here now, we're getting into our qualifying session. Final question. For the end of the season, like you were just saying, in terms of the drivers, right now I think you're running like 154 points to Pete's. I think Pete got like 190. In these final 5 races, do you think you can catch Pete and potentially get in that top 3 with Benzo and
with
Vodka?
3 races, maybe. It wouldn't be too much of an accomplishment to pass Pete, who only did half of the races. But I mean, maybe. You never know. I'll snake a few bucks off of him if I can. So.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Well, anyways, it's been good talking to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the race and the post race. So hopefully we'll see you on the podium.
Yeah, maybe one day. Have a good one, man.
Yeah. Good one. Alrighty, so it's Uncle Larry repping the AlphaTauri by himself tonight, as his teammate Smoke is out for the rest of the season due to issues with his wheel. But regardless, let's get into it here in this qualifying session. 16 minutes. Let's take a look here. Who's out on track so far? Seems that looks like Benzo is out and has already invalidated his hot lap. So he's going to immediately have to go around again, even though he's out front. First out, but then second out we have his rival Vodka here, who's fighting him. Currently Benzo leading 14 points, I believe, in the drivers due to Vodka missing the race at Mexico on Thanksgiving weekend. So Benzo got a little bit of a gap to Vodka, but anything can happen. One of these guys, it's easy to DNF. One of these guys DNFs here, or, you know, one of them messes up. Then this race, the whole championship could change here tonight, folks. So keep your eyes on these two, Benzo and Vodka. It's going to be nuts to see the battle from them here tonight on this iconic circuit. Yellow flag in sector 3. Vodka slowing right down here, it looks like. Trying to, it's like he's waiting to use that full battery, give it all he got on this on his hop lap here. So we'll hold on with Vodka for now. Looks like he's gonna be the first one to post a lap time, as well as his teammate Graybush. And then just behind is Gator will be third. Across Slingshot will be fourth, I believe, or it looks like actually it'll be fourth will be Slim. So it'll be the Ferraris and the Red Bulls are gonna be first ones to get their lap times in. So we're gonna hold down with Vodka here. See how he handles this. So he handles the second sector, coming around the sweeping right. Very easy to lose time here if you're not careful. We already got a yellow flag in sector 1. Looks like Ferrari of Gator already invalidated his lap time. Had some issues there. So we'll hop back to Vodka. Everyone else still trucking along. But I wonder if any of the other guys got caught up in Gator's little thing there, because that might cause them to lose their quick lap times if they had to slow down and get caught up in all that mess. But it looks like Benzo actually, my mistake, Benzo actually did get to post his lap time after. I was afraid that it invalidated his next lap time too, but I guess it didn't. He's going to post a 147.5 for now. We'll see how long that sticks. People are not going to be able to get... This is the longest track on the calendar. People are not going to be able to get many lap times in around here. So just getting a time on the board is very important. Also very easy to invalidate if you're not careful. It looks like, yeah, Vodka's just barely not going to beat Benzo there, 147.7. So he's going to have to give it another shot. Both of these guys still insanely close here, as Graybush crosses with a 150.9. And looks like we have the Ferrari of Slim just coming up here now. Coming around the final turn. See what Slim gets. He crosses the line, yellow in sector 3. Looks like Larry having some issues there. Slim, the 148 though. Just behind the other guys. Looks like Bad Madu. We missed Bad Madu crossing the line there now. Just to point out there, Bad Madu actually got a 147.7 as well, so he's up there with Vodka and Benzo tonight. So you never really know with Bad. Like, a lot of times, you know, his consistency ends up being his downfall, but he's had a couple podiums this season. Any night he could just randomly get a podium. You never know with this guy. 7th, I believe he got 7th last week at Zandvoort, so we'll see how he does here tonight. Benzo Slice now posting on a much faster lap, 145.6. That will be the time to beat. As Vodka and Graybush here now going around again. Trying to get a better time in. But Vodka's not going to be able to... It's a throwaway lap for Vodka. for Graybush. Looks like this could be an improved time for him, so we'll hold on with him now. See if he can finish it off here in these last 2 turns. Here he goes, Graybush crossing the line here now. Moving right up into second for the time being with a 147.6. Great lap from I Do Tattoos there. Great stuff. Actually puts him ahead of his teammate for now. Yellow in sector 2. Not sure if that was the McLaren or the Mercedes there, but yeah, so currently 10 minutes left to go in the qualifying, and Graybush is ahead of his teammate. So Vodka, not really, as we saw last season, wasn't really one of Vodka's strongest tracks. Ended up DNFing here last season. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Vodka victory here tonight, as we can already see. Slingshot now has a time on the board, but he's slowing down there now, looks like. While Slim has started another hot lap, he's giving it all he got. Looks like Graybush has had some trouble there now, though. He's gone off in the... Actually, no, he's probably just let his teammate go by because Vodka's on another hot lap. My mistake there. Yellow in sector 1. Just Slingshot taking his time there. Looks like next car across the line will be Vodka. On this hot lap he's on, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to improve his time, so he's just slowing down here, unfortunately. Yeah, not going to be an improvement for Vodka. Same thing for Graybush, since he let Vodka go. But we have Larry here now, who just posted just got a purple sector 2, so we'll see how he finishes off this lap here in the final sector. Larry, who, like I said, won here last season. Coming around the final 2 turns now. Can he keep it together? And he does. Let's see what his time is. And Larry jumps up into second there, but still not enough to beat Benzo's time. 145.9. That's what that's going to be. Slim going into the pits now. We just saw Bad Madu improve his time as well. 147 clean. 147.0. That's going to move him up into third ahead of the Red Bulls. Really good laps from Bad Madu here tonight. Really qualifying performance here from him. The question is now is, can Larry, with whatever time left, be able to beat Benzo and get pole? As we see here, Abrupt is finally crossing the line here. He's finally going to get a time on the board, and it's a great one. 146.0, moves him up into third with his teammate Bad. Just a 10th slower than Larry there. So Abrupt actually showing really good pace here tonight as well. Could this, last weekend at Zandvoort was Abrupt's, it was easily Abrupt's best race of the season. Second place finishing for him in second place finish for Abrupt in the Williams last weekend at Zandvoort. Can he do it again tonight? Can Abrupt get another podium finish? We'll have to wait and see. We got 2 drivers left who still haven't posted times just yet. Gator in the Ferrari and Stoney in the Mercedes. Gator on his out lap now, but he's really been struggling, it looks like. Anyone out currently? Larry and Babadoo have already validated their times. Abrupt's going around again, but unsure if he's actually going to be able to improve. That was actually a really solid lap time from Abrupt there. Not sure if he's going to be able to improve it. He's already down on time. It looks like people with 6 minutes left, people are coming out of the pits now. Yep, there it goes, abrupt into the pits. With 6 minutes left, a lot of guys are finally coming out now for their final opportunities here to get those lap times in. It's their last chance coming up here soon. Yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like Larry. Yeah, that was Larry there. She's already validated that chance. Gator has now started his hot lap. We're gonna hop on with him here. I forgot to mention, it looks like we only got 10 drivers here tonight. Again, Doyle, neither Haas, neither Doyle or Firewater are here tonight. So no Haas drivers here tonight, and no Grade Ace. So Benzo is the only McLaren out on the grid tonight, which is why we only got 10 drivers. 2 Williams, Brock Badmadu, 2 Red Bull, Grey Bush, and Vodka, 2 Ferraris, Slim and Gator, Benzo in the McLaren, Larry in the AlphaTauri, Slingshot in the Alpine, and Stoney in the Mercedes. As you can see, Gator actually just pulling a purple sector 2 there. All he has to do is just bring it home here in this final sector and get a good time on the board. Only other person that'll be left to post the time then will be Stoney, who's on his outlap now. Gator's going to cross the line here and post a 146.9, which is going to put him 4th in between both Williams drivers. So not a bad time, but that will mean that Gator will be sandwiched between some people here at the beginning. And that means I would not be surprised if we see some aggressive driving here at the beginning of the race. Because I know neither of these guys, Abrupt or Gator, if they are starting on the second row, neither of them are going to budge an inch. But regardless, we're going to hop on with Stoney Stewart here now. Only person left to post a time. And he's about to start his hot lap here with only 3.5 minutes left to go. This is Stoney's last chance to get a time on the board. Because if he doesn't, well, he may have one more chance, but even then, it depends. Because if he's used up too much battery, it's going to be over. See some more guys crossing the line here now. Looks like. Getting their final chances on the times. Watching the Stoney, but also trying to see if any of these guys are improving on their times at all as they cross the line. It doesn't look like it so far, unfortunately. Everyone's still where they were too. Stoney going into sector 2 here now. We have the Red Bull of Vodka Victory going around here now, but unable to improve his time. He's going to have one more shot at this here. Try to move up. Vodka, like I said, currently he's still behind his teammate. Like I said earlier, Vodka really struggling. Vodka really struggling on Spa. This is definitely not one of his faster tracks, as the past has shown. But Stoney just pulled a purple sector 2. So I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty decent time for Stoney here as well, I would imagine. Crosses these final 2 turns. A little slow, but it's still going to be good. As he crosses with a 146.5, which moves him into 4th, just ahead of Gator. But again, this is just showing that Abrupt definitely got it here. Like, he's basically up there on the pace with Benzo and Larry going into the start of this race. So I'd say Abrupt will be up there fighting for that podium tonight. Potentially even a win if Benzo and Larry screw up. But regardless, get some yellows out. Looks like that's going to be it for Slingshot. It's looking like Slingshot will be starting from the back here tonight, unfortunately. He's really been struggling here in this qualifying session. Hasn't really been able to do much. Slim going into the pits now, so Slim will be starting the race from 9th. Looks like Vodka, unfortunately, like I said, unable to improve his time once again. But still has most of his battery, so he can still give it one more shot here, but this is it. This is his last chance. Larry's already invalidated, so it's looking like that's going to be it for Larry. But he is going to go... Oh, is he going to make it? Wow, so Larry is just barely going to get one more chance at this. But not Gator. Gator's going to have to go into the pits. He's going to have to take that time. Same thing with Stoney. And it looks like Vodka Victory went out there at the end of the first sector. That's it. Yep, so Vodka will be starting the race in 8th. 8th on the grid, just ahead of Slim, alongside his teammate Greybush. So for the first time this season, Greybush, similar to last week for Slim at Zandvoort, for the first time this season, Greybush has outqualified his teammate Vodka at Spa. As Badmadou crosses the line, though unfortunately unable to move up there. Still solid from Badmadou. Looks like he's going to be starting 5th. As the last couple guys going around here. Abrupt's already invalidated, so he's going to be starting in 3rd. And then you have Larry and Benzo coming around here. Larry, his last chance to beat Benzo, slices time. And Larry does pull a purple sector 2 there, though. So we'll see. See how this final sector is for him. But Benzo crosses the line. Benzo posts an even faster time at 1:45.5. At the last second, he does that. What does Larry post? 1:45.5 as well. Oh my god. So I think if Benzo hadn't improved his time, Larry actually would have gotten pole, but wow, what a nail biter there. Benzo and Larry basically dead even in pace here tonight. So if Larry can keep it on track, he could actually fight Benzo for the win here and try to become a 2-time winner here at Spa. But that's going to do it for the qualifying session. So Benzo Slice gets pole once more here tonight. Setting himself. He is determined. You know, he just lost the... you know, he was close last season, but he just barely lost the championship to Pete last season, finishing in 2nd in the drivers. And now Benzo is fighting for that championship. And this, like I said, this could be the race that sets the championship for him. Because look, Vodka is already struggling. He's starting the race. Vodka starting the race in 8th behind his teammate, and he already made a mistake there at the end of the qualifying. So it's looking rough for Vodka here tonight, unfortunately. But who knows? There's still a full race to go. But yeah, so it will be Benzo, Slice, and Uncle Larry Turd on the front row, fighting for that win, followed by Abrupt, not too far off the pace, just behind them, ready to pick up anything he can get if the other guys mess up. And then you have Stoney and Abrupt's teammate Bad Madu. So both Williams drivers actually looking pretty good here tonight. But regardless, folks, as always, this is when the drivers like to take their quick little 5-minute intermission to prepare themselves for the race ahead. This 22-lap race here tonight at Spa. So I will see you guys in 5 minutes after this quick little intermission. We are back after a quick little intermission there. Just gonna get the see what everyone's running here tonight to start the race. Like I said, 10 drivers on the grid, some of them missing tonight. The regular crowd missing tonight. Usually we have like 13 or 14, only 10 tonight. But that does mean that anyone who finishes the race tonight will still finish in the points. So, unless you DNF, even if people fall behind, they should still try to finish the race. Regardless, it's still going to be points at the end of the day. As we can see here, most guys, we got Slingshot, like I said, starting at the very back. Not really on the pace here tonight. Going to be starting on the softs. Looks like he might be trying to go for a softs to hard strategy, as he normally likes to do. I know he's a big fan of the hards, so looks like that might be what he does here. Start the race. Only person starting the softs. Everyone else starting. We got 4 people starting the mediums, 5 on the hards. We got both Ferraris actually are starting on the mediums, and then we have Abrupt and Benzo also on the mediums. Larry, only person in the top, starting at the front instead of Benzo on the hards. It looks like Benzo is going to get away pretty clear here off the beginning. I think there's a higher likely chance of Abrupt possibly getting past Larry at the beginning. And then you have Stony and Bad on the hards. So Bad running the opposite strategy to his teammate. You know, as a safety measure. In case, so they both end up running the wrong strategy. You know, it's 50-50 kinda. As we saw last week at Zandvoort. Didn't really work out for Firewater. He tried to push his luck a little too much when he got the wrong end of the stick. If anyone's in chat to watch that race from last week, but we also have Slim on the mediums. Like I said, both Ferraris and both Red Bulls are going on the hards. They're going to try to stick it out for the long run. As everyone finally pulls up to the grid here. Perfect. Here we go. And it's lights out and away we go here in Belgium, here at Spa Francorchamps. And we already have some movements in the back, like I said. Oh, it looks like Vodka's already moved up in the 6th. Currently going alongside there with Stony. Oh, a little bit of contact there between two of them button heads a little bit, but it's okay. They're both still in it. Nothing too scuffed here, nothing too scuffed. Stony just trying to defend his position there, getting a little aggressive, but Vodka still pulls ahead way up into 5th. Good move from Vodka there. Greybush on the overhead, no dropping all the way down to 9th. Just behind Slim with Slingshot on his back as well. Up at the front now, we have Gator and Abrupt going side by side. Gator's trying to make a move on Abrupt here, it looks like, going into this turn. Let's see what happens here. He lets off. He's going to have to wait for a good opportunity here with Gator. And it looks like we got Stony and Vodka also battling out here again. Stony trying to fight for that position back from Vodka, but still unable to get it. We said now we have Gator and Abrupt side by side. Abrupt actually looks like he's going to lose his position to Gator here. Gator's pulling right in front of him. Gator didn't have the greatest qualifying session, but his start off the line there was great. So unfortunately that drops Abrupt down to 4th. Gator moving up into 3rd now. Like I said, Benzo getting away a little bit there off the beginning, due to him being on the fastest fire to Larry. We have Stony nudging Vodka in the back there. Vodka doesn't screw him up though, fortunately, but that was really stupid from Stony there in my opinion. No need for him to hit into the back of Vodka there. Like, you're on the straight there, man. Like, there was no braking there at all. Like, how he hit into the back of Vodka there, I don't understand it, personally. And Stony's been guilty of that a few times this season, so getting a little frustrated and antsy with people. And it looks like he's doing it to Vodka right now. I don't understand this at all. This is ridiculous. Now we have Bad Madu, who's also now trying to fight Stoney, both of them going side by side. Watching from Stoney's perspective here. Vodka picking up the first penalty of the race. It looks like Vodka already picking up a 3-second time penalty. We'll see if many of the others pick up penalties over this. Oh, speaking of which, Gator now also picking up 3-second time penalty. Like I said, very easy to get warnings here at Spa. Wouldn't be too surprised to see almost everyone have penalties here tonight. As we see though, there's a little bit of back and forth there, a little scuffle again between Gator and Abrupt. Looks like they're going at it once more. Let's just hop back here right quick and see. Two of them. Abrupt taking the position back from Gator, moving back up into third. Interesting. Slingshot has now... Oh! I was just saying Slingshot's moved his way up into 8th, but now he's spun and lost it. There goes his front wing. Slingshot losing it there, hitting right into that barrier there. He's not out of the race, but he definitely lost his front wing there, so it looks like Slingshot's already going to have to print. It looks like Slingshot's already going to have to pit. So that's rough for the Alpine driver. Yeah, Slingshot just really struggling with it here tonight. Benzo posting fast lap for time being 150.0. Yeah, it looks like Gator himself, as DRS gets enabled, it looks like Gator himself has also already been forced to pit. I'm not sure why. Didn't really see the reasoning there, but Bad Madu now going side by side with Vodka Victory. Bad Madu's trying to overtake Vodka here. Both of them on the hard tires. So yeah, it looks like Gator has gone into the pits there. Like I said, I'm not really sure why. I don't know where he got the damage to. Don't know if I missed it. But Gator is now out on the hards. And, oh, it looks like Larry has actually messed up there, gone off a little bit, so he's now lost positions, dropped down to 5th. He's lost positions to Vodka and Bad. Bad Madu actually now moving up into 3rd. Good stuff to him. Especially with Vodka, the fact that Vodka now has that penalty. That's going to hurt him. Everyone getting a little spread out here now. Like you said, closest gap right now is between Vodka and Bad Madu. Currently, both Williams drivers 2nd and 3rd right now. This could be, this could potentially be a great clean result for Williams if keep it together. Like I said, Larry is we're only on the 3rd lap. Larry has already made a mistake, which has dropped him back into 5th. And now Abrupt is in 2nd, 5 seconds behind Benzo. But regardless, we're going to keep holding on with Vodka here for the time being. It does look like Abrupt did gain a little bit of time on Benzo there, gained a couple tenths. Has gone up now to 5.1. So Abrupt is gaining on Benzo, but now we've had several other drivers pit as well. Stoney, Slingshot, and Greybush have all pit already. Interestingly enough, Greybush going to the mediums. Oh, and that's it! It looks like Stoney Stewart has retired from the race in the pit lane. Again, I don't know how I haven't caught this, but it looks like... no, I knew about Slingshot's damage. But it looks like... Wow. So unfortunately, it looks like Stoney has just decided to completely retire from the race in the pits. Sad to say. Very unfortunate. Not really sure why. We'll have to hear why after the race, because I have no idea. I did not catch. I know he was fighting with Vodka, so I don't know if he He must have made a mistake there. He must have made a mistake there and sustained some damage or something. I could already tell, though, it did seem to me that, oh, Larry going a bit wide there. Larry goes a bit wide there, picks up a 3 second time penalty as well. But yeah, it did seem like Stoney was very agitated there. Like, you could see when he was fighting Vodka, he was just like super antsy and just super impatient, you know, hitting into the back of Vodka. You know, we've had several races, even this season, especially this season, a little bit last season, but especially this season, we've seen some instances of Stoney getting extremely impatient and really antsy behind people. So it's sad to see, but you know, you gotta keep your composure. But we were talking about Abrupt getting on Benzo. Abrupt's lost a bit on Benzo now. However, next person who's gaining a little bit here, we have Larry Turd, who's trying to catch up. Both of these guys have penalties, and Larry is trying to catch up to Vodka here now. So as we saw in qualifying, Larry does have more pace here than Vodka. Gator picking up another 3 second time penalty. This has just been already. This is a rough race for Gator here. Nice. Benzo beating his own fastest lap time. Benzo is just racing himself here tonight in the McLaren. And his rival Vodka now under pressure from Larry Turd just behind him. Both of them on the hards. It's interesting that, yeah, Graybush lost all those positions at the beginning and now has already pitted for, so I'm guessing he wants to sustain some damage too, because he's already pitted for the mediums. Larry there actually pulling a purple sector 1. He is flying right now, really trying to get ahead of Vodka. Bad Madu, though, is our next penalty of the night. He picks up 3 second time penalty. Like I said, very easy to get warnings here. And Bad Madu has done it again. You know, third strike, you're out kind of thing. Gotten a 3 second time penalty for the warnings. So now him, Vodka, and Larry all got penalties. Whereas Benzo and Abrupt still have yet to get these penalties. So it's made it even harder now for these guys to catch up to Benzo and Abrupt. Like I said, we already have a DNF here tonight. However, you know, it was just Stoney retiring in the pit lane. But now we have Larry. Saw Vodka struggle there for a second. Looking to capitalize on it, make his move here. Coming up into the third sector. Trying to beat him on the straight line speed. And he does it. Very smooth move from Larry Turd there. Pulls ahead of Vodka for now. How is Vodka going to respond to this? Let's wait and see. Got a DRS zone here. But he's not going to try anything just yet. But yeah, so all three of these guys right now, Vodka, Larry, and Babin, do fairly close to each other. So we have Vodka trying to gain on Larry, Larry trying to gain on Bad Madu. Will Bad Madu be able to handle this pressure behind him, though? That is the question that I'm waiting to see. Larry again, absolutely flying here. Taking purple sector 1 again. Like I said, oh, it looks like Vodka. Oh, Larry going a little wide there. Is Vodka going to go for the move here? He's itching for it. Trying to move up on the left side of Larry, but still just barely not able to get the speed there. Make it happen. It's going down. Both Ferraris currently 6th and 7th. While all this is going on. Just doing their thing. We've had one DNF, but it was just Stoney retiring in the pits. Which again, like I said, I'm still not really sure why Stoney retired in the pits. If anyone wants to leave the why, the reasoning in chat, I'll check chat there in a sec. Find out what the explanation on why Stoney retired in the pit lane. But we have a yellow flag in sector 3. Looks like Gator has messed up there, gone a little off track. So he's had to come back on track there. Bush now picking up a 3-second time penalty. So now we already have half the grid has time penalties now. Here on lap 8. None of the guys at the front, though, have pit just yet, though. So that things are going to be interesting, but we can't miss the action going on here. Larry finally making his move past Bad Madu. I'm sorry, I just missed it there because I was watching Gator coming back to track, but yeah, so Larry has gotten past Bad Madu now, currently up in third. This could be Larry's chance to try to push to catch up to the guys in front. Now we have Vodka going side by side with Bad Madu. Looks like Vodka is going to successfully make a clean overtake there as well. Good stuff to him. That has now dropped Bad Madu down into 5th. But it's not over yet. All three of these guys still close so far. I'll have to wait to see if Larry's able to pull ahead here at all from the other two. Because all three of these guys, even though Larry has taken the lead, all three of these guys still in a bit of a DRS train here. Larry almost loses the position to Vodka there, but he doesn't. Looks like Gator has fallen down off track once more. He's going to make his way back on there. So, getting passed by Slingshot there. So now Gator is at the back and not Slingshot. Vodka looking to make a move, moves up onto the right side. We got these... Oh, it was almost a free wide there. We almost had a little bit of a free wide battle there. All three of these guys just going head-to-head. Vodka and Larry going side by side again. Yep, we got free wide here between Bad Madu, Vodka, and Larry. This is insane. Vodka, though, still unable to pull ahead of Larry there. Same thing with Bad Madu trying to pull ahead of Vodka. But it was exciting to see anyway. But they made slight attempts, but this has been wicked so far. Really nice clean racing between the three of these guys here. Really nice to see all these guys respecting each other's space. Great racecraft from the three of them. But now we have Gator going into the pits once more. This has been a really rough race for the Ferrari driver tonight. This could be the turnaround in the constructors for Red Bull and McLaren here tonight. Because now, even though there is only one McLaren here tonight, but still, Ferrari has held the lead in the constructors pretty much the whole season. But if Gator's having a rough race here tonight, this could be the turnaround. This could be the opportunity for McLaren and Red Bull to pull ahead. Going into the final 4 races of the season. We're on lap 10 here now, and still these guys at the front still haven't pit. Guys in the back with no, Slim and Slingshot, the guys in the back with no penalties currently. So that could end up helping them in the long run. If they're able to keep it that way. Larry starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Vodka. currently a second up on Vodka right now. Not too much, but he's starting to get something going there. Bad Madu, though, is still keeping up fairly well with Vodka, though. So that's why we're going to hold on Bad Madu here now. And we're going to wait and see if Bad can get back ahead of Vodka once again. But at the front, not much going on at the front, though. Benzo and Abrupt basically just pulled ahead this entire race so far. We're going to have to wait for those two guys to pit to see exactly what happens. But to me, it's looking like Benzo Slice is going to have a pretty much just going to have a free pit here if he keeps it up like this. With an 11-second gap to Abrupt at the moment. And Abrupt with an 11-second gap to Larry and these guys. Everyone getting fairly spaced out here now. But at least these guys have been kind of close for most of the race, so it's given us something to look at. Vodka, though, picks up another 3-second time penalty for the warnings. Ooh. So now, the guys around Vodka only have 1 penalty, but he has 2. So if we check it out here, yeah, 3 seconds to 6 seconds. Oh, geez. So unless these guys pick up more penalties, that could cost Vodka a position or 2 by the end of this race. We'll have to wait and see. Then we have Slim. So Slim has finally decided to pit. Most likely going to be going to the hard tires to finish the race, I would imagine. Wait and see what's... Yeah, and he's going to the hards, as expected. Looks like Bad Madu is starting to lose a lot of time to Vodka here now. Currently a 1.5 seconds behind Vodka. Vodka is still trying his hardest to keep up with Larry, but like I said, Larry holding that 1 second gap to Vodka as well. We also... Looks like... Yep, so if we hop back here for a second, we'll see where Slim came out of the pits too. Looks like Slim has come out just behind Greybush there. But that's not too big of a deal for him, because as we're aware, Greybush, had to pit early, so Greybush will have to pit once more during this race, unfortunately for him. There's no way Greybush is going to be able to finish the race in these mediums. He's not in the greatest position right now. Ooh, and it looks like Slingshot's actually gaining a little... It looks like Gator messed up a little bit there. Slingshot actually gaining... I said Gator messed up there a little bit. I meant to say Slim. Slim messed up there a little bit. Trying to heat up these fresh hards. It looks like Slingshot's actually starting to gain on Slim here. As Vodka Victory finally decides to pit. So we should see him come out in the mediums here now to finish the race. And he does. As expected. So Vodka has decided to pit early compared to the other guys. So we'll see where he comes out of the pits too. I believe... Yeah, looks like he's still going to come out ahead of his teammate. The gap was big enough. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 3, though. And yeah, it looks like Gator has retired from the race. That's a DNF there. And that is going to be a full safety car. Didn't quite catch what happened there, but to me... a little bit of a shame for Slingshot there, because it looks like Slingshot was starting to gain on Slim there. Slingshot possibly. But though Slingshot will have to pit here anyway, though, so. Wasn't really gonna work out for Slingshot here anyway in terms of Slim. But this is gonna be the perfect opportunity now for all these other guys who haven't pit yet to pit, I would imagine. So yeah, that's really going to hurt Ferrari and the constructors here tonight. Gator, he won at Mexico, but last weekend was rough for him, and now this weekend even more so. So, yeah. So as I said, all these guys at the front now pitting. Benzo coming out in the hards. Brupp should be coming out in the hards here as well, right? Yep. And looks like Larry Badmadale will be going to the mediums. And they do. Looks like Vodka has now pitted for fresh mediums as well. So all these guys at the front on fresh tires for the safety car restart. Guys at the back are a little screwed here since they will have to pit before the end of this race still. But here they go. They're taking the opportunity now. Greybush and Slingshot. Taking the opportunity now to pit for the set hards or whatever they're going on. I imagine the hards to finish the race. So yeah, not sure. To me, it looked like I couldn't tell if Gator, because similar to Stoney, when I saw Gator go off there on the final turn, to me it looked like Gator was going to do the same thing Stoney did and just retire in the pits was what I thought happened there. So when I saw that Gator had DNF'd, I figured, oh, he's just retiring in the pits. However, again, I didn't fully catch that, so we'll have to ask people after the race, but so the question is, did Gator try to retire in the pits there, and he just retired way too early? Because, like, you have to wait to cross the line. If so, that's a really noob mistake from someone as senior of a racer as Gator. You have to wait to cross the actual pit entry line to retire from the race, or else it's going to cause a safety car. So that's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, but if that was the case, but it also could have just been, Gator could have had an accident there on that final turn, because like I said, it's very easy to lose it there. So again, hopefully someone in chat will let me know. Now that we're under a safety car, I am going to look at chat and see if anyone can let me know why Stoney and Gator retired. I know Stoney retired in the pits properly. I'm not sure what happened to Gator there, though. I'm not sure if he crashed or if he tried to retire in the pits and retired too early. I feel like that's the problem, is guys don't know that you have to wait to cross the line before you retire in the pits, unfortunately. Regardless, on the restart, this is going to give, now that they're on even tires, this is going to give Abrupt another shot to have a run at Benzo. But he's also going to have Larry now, who, it was a pretty set, second place finish for Abrupt there. If things had kept going the way they were going, it looked like it was going to be a Benzo first, Abrupt second, but now the tides have turned. So, I don't know. Hopefully someone can let me know after the race or something what happened with Gator. Because with Stoney, it was pretty obvious. For some reason, he just gave up. Either he was mad, he wasn't feeling it that night or tonight, or he sustained too much damage. He was like, screw this. But you'd think that he just finished the race, but I don't know. Maybe he wasn't feeling it. But with Gator, I'm really not sure what happened. Maybe he retired in the pits as well once he realized his race was screwed. Or he tried to retire in the pits once he realized his race was screwed. But then again, I don't know. It looked like something happened there. It looked like, to me, it looked like he was struggling. And safety car will be in this lap, perfect. But yeah, no, to me, it did look like he was struggling. So who knows, maybe Gator did spin out. And here we go, coming around the first turn, back for the restart of the race here tonight. After that safety car, we already have a yellow flag in Sector 1, it looks like. Someone going a little wide there. We're going to hop on with, looks like Slingshot trying to make a move on Slim here. And he does it pretty convincingly, really clean work from Slingshot there, moving up on Slim. But Slim also has Graybush moving up on him now as well. Clean driving from these guys. Slingshot moves ahead of Slim, but he's also under threat from Graybush just behind. To me, it looks like Larry also pulled ahead of Abrupt there on the restart. Abrupt now sitting in third, Larry in second, though. Keep in mind, Larry still has those penalties, so it's still going to be close when it comes down to it at the end if Abrupt keeps pushing. Abrupt still might be able to keep the gap. Bad Madu, though, now picks up another 3-second time penalty. Bad Madu now currently at the back of the pack. He got his work cut out for him now going into the final laps of the race. We're going to hold on with Graybush now still just behind Slim. But yeah, so now Larry's currently sitting in second, but with the penalties, is he really? That's the thing. He's still not too far behind, still in like a second distance of Benzo Slice. Larry is on the faster tires, he is on the mediums. Benzo is stuck on the hards now due to the strategy differences at the beginning. But it looks like Slim braking way too late there on the Ferrari. So that's going to cost Slim positions there to Graybush and Bad Madu, unfortunately. He just, Slim just misjudged his braking point there on that second last turn. Just broke way too late. Just cost him positions now. And has caused Slim to fall to the back. So this has been a really rough race for the Ferrari team. But now Larry is starting to gain some time on Benzo, so soon enough Larry might be in a position to use DRS to pull ahead of Benzo. But keep in mind, Larry does still have the time penalty, so it is still going to be rough for him to win the race over Benzo. He's really going to have to give it his all if he wants to win the race completely. But hey, if I'm Larry at this point, a second place finish is nothing to scoff at, because keep in mind earlier when he was fighting with Vodka, it was looking like it was going to be a convincing second place finish for Abrupt, and it might still be. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like Graybush. Sorry, folks, just got to catch my breath there. But yeah, it looks like Graybush has made an error there, so now Graybush has fallen behind Slim. We currently have 8 drivers left on the grid. Like I said, Graybush and Slim at the back due to their mistakes they just made. Larry trying to keep up with Benzo, so we're going to hold on with him for the time being. But Vodka now in 4th on these medium tires. He's making a bit of a run-up. Vodka is trying to fight to get up to that podium by the end of this. We saw an exchange of fastest laps there. Larry has now taken fastest lap at a 148.6. DRS is now re-enabled. This is going to be Larry's chance to start trying to make some moves on Benzo here, especially since he's in DRS range. Going up the Rouge here. DRS is about to be enabled. Let's see what Larry can do here on this straightaway. Looking like it could be a pretty convincing overtake for Larry Turd on Benzo Slice here. But they're going side by side. But Larry manages to finish it off there. And Larry, for the first time in this race, takes the lead of the race from Benzo Slice. Obviously, Benzo is going to try to take it back from him in the next DRS zone, I would imagine. But still, great move from Larry there. Abrupt, only 2 seconds behind them. Followed by Vodka. Vodka is gaining. Let's see. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Looks like, yep, Slingshot has lost it there. Just before the third sector, Slingshot has lost it there, unfortunately. Losing a position to Slingshot. It looks like he's going to lose the position to Greybush as well, yeah. So all these guys at the back, Slim, Greybush, and Slingshot, all making some serious mistakes here tonight, unfortunately. Uncle Larry beating his own fastest lap at 1:48.1. So now Slingshot, but keep in mind, Greybush does have penalties, so, you know, for Sling, you're just going to have to wait in the back. Just wait for something to happen. Benzo actually losing a little bit of time to Larry there, but he's gained some time on him straight there, but still not enough to catch up to him. Maybe next lap. But now Vodka, as we can see here, Vodka has actually finally started to gain time on Abrupt. And Abrupt is, Vodka's actually getting close to catching Abrupt here now. As well. Oh, hop to the back here. Slingshot now going side by side with Greybush. Both of them going wheel to wheel. Clean battling from the two of them. But Slingshot does it. He pulls ahead of Greybush there. Recovers the position he previously lost. And Greybush does pick up another time penalty though. So it's looking like if things go the way they are going right now, Greybush will finish in last. But hey, it will still be, even if Greybush finishes in last, it will still be an 8th place finish, which will get him some more points in his driver championship battle with Great Ace. And it will add some points towards Red Bull in the Constructors. Larry just keeps beating his own fastest lap times. Like I said, Larry has now taken the lead of the race, currently about 1.5 seconds ahead of Benzo. If we take a look at penalties here now. He still has that 3-second time penalty though, so currently though, due to penalties, it is still not enough. Unfortunately, it is still not enough for Larry to win the race. If Larry wants to win this race, he's going to have to gain a 3-second lead on Benzo Slice and not get any more penalties. We now have Greybush, though, battling to take the position back from Slingshot. Slim now picking up a 3-second time penalty. His first penalty of the race. So that's now put him on par with everyone else around him. So unfortunately, it looks like Slim is not going to be able to gain any more positions off of penalties alone. Now that he's picked that up. Vodka Victory, though, has now also picked up a 3-second time penalty. Slingshot losing his rear there a little bit. He's now lost a ton of time to Greybush. This is just what Greybush needed now. Again, checking penalties. Greybush has 6 seconds of penalties. The Slingshot is now 3.5 seconds behind Greybush. However, that's still not enough for Greybush to finish ahead of him. If Greybush wants to finish ahead of Slingshot, he is going to have to increase that gap a little bit by another 2 seconds. And like we said, Vodka has now also gained another time penalty. So looking at penalties here, again, 9 seconds. So unfortunately, it's looking like Vodka is going to be pretty much out of contention for a podium here tonight. But hey, similar to last weekend, a 4th place finish is still nothing to scoff at. It's still going to keep him alive for the time being. That's the thing. A 4th place finish is still going to keep Vodka alive in the championships for the time being, but he is slowly losing it to Benzo here over these past couple of race weekends. Greybush, though, loses it there on the final turn, spins there, and loses it again. Oh, what a disaster for Greybush. What a disaster. Spins twice in a row. Really having a hard time tonight in the Red Bull. And now Benzo has actually started to gain a little bit of time on Uncle Larry. Yeah, so unfortunately for Larry, it's looking like he's just not going to be able to gain that time to win the race ahead of Benzo. It's still looking like in Benzo's favor. And there you go. Like I said, Larry picks up another 3-second time penalty. So yeah, this is still looking like Benzo slices win here with 2 laps left to go. Like I said, even if Vodka manages to catch up to Abrupt, it's not going to matter due to the time penalties. Still looking like a very solid result for Williams here. If things finish the way they are right now, 3rd and 5th. Very solid result for the team. And it will be another podium that Abrupt wanted, so. Like I said, Abrupt's been on a little bit of a run here at the end of the season. But, regardless, Slim looking like he's going to finish in 6th, trying to keep Ferrari in that constructors fight, but his teammates just been letting him down. It's funny that Slim is the P2 driver in Ferrari. Now, that's not to say anything about Gator. Like I said, Gator has won Monza and Mexico, but Slim has had to keep this fight alive for constructors recently. We do have Vodka starting to catch up to Abrupt here now, starting to get in DRS range of Abrupt, so we're going to hold on with him now for the time being. Going into the 2nd sector. Currently at 19% ERS. Benzo's still holding on to half of his ERS as well. Kind of nuts. This place just eats up your ERS. Vodka's still unable to gain any ground on Abrupt just yet, though. Same thing with Benzo with Larry, but like I said, if penalties keep going the way they are, then it's over. But there's still 1 lap left. Benzo wants to win this race. He has to keep his composure for this final lap of the race. Here we go, final lap. Like I said, even if I'm Abrupt. Oh, we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Looks like someone else has lost it there. Yeah, Bad Madu in the Williams has actually lost it there. On the final lap of the race, like I said, it was looking like a clean 3rd, 5th. This has actually been a really clean race for Bad Madu here tonight as Vodka moves up on Abrupt, or tries to anyway, but still just barely able to not get it there. Doesn't want to risk it. You don't want to screw over someone's race in the final lap, right? Oh, Vodka having to recover there. Almost lost his rear there, so good recovery from him, yeah. And that's going to be it. Looks like Vodka's lost the time there. Yeah, it's a bit over for him, but Slingshot catching up to Slim a little bit here now. To finish the race off here, let's take a look at the penalties. Like I said, we got Bamadou at 6 seconds. Slim is 3 seconds. Like I said, still Babmadou did make a mistake there on the final turn, but it's still not going to be enough for Slim to catch him though, due to the penalties and all that. It's not going to be enough. We got a yellow flag in sector 3 though. It looks like Vodka Victory has made a big mistake there though. He's gone off to the side. So that's going to be it. Race. That's going to be it for Vodka there. And Benzo Slice is going to be your race winner here tonight at Spa. Due to penalties, he is going to win the race over Larry. Still, second place finish for Larry. That's nothing to scoff at. Good job, Larry. And Abrupt finishing third. He's also going to be on the podium. Another great finish for Abrupt. Awesome race, just like last week at Zandvoort. And that is going to be a fourth place finish for Vodka Victory in the Red Bull. 2 weekends in a row, finishing in fourth. Vodka hasn't won a race since Singapore. This has been kind of rough for him lately. He won Singapore, missed Mexico, and has gotten 2 fourth place finishes now. So, yeah, looking kind of rough for Vodka Victory in the Drivers' Championship now. Benzo going to be extending his lead even more now. Again, it's still not over. I'm not saying that the championship is over. However, I am saying that it's just now made it that much harder for Vodka Victory to recover from this. You could tell that Benzo was hungry for it too, since he got so close last season. But yeah, game is going to give driver of the day the slingshot. I'm going to have to think about it a little bit. Seemed to me like everyone made a lot of mistakes here tonight. For me personally, to make my decision for driver of the day, I'm going to have to look at positions gained, I think. Because there's just mistakes all across the board here tonight. But, yeah, good stuff to Benzo for another race win, extending his lead in the Drivers' Championship. And keep his team McLaren competitive in the Constructors. And try to gain the lead on that, on Ferrari. Good stuff to Larry for having his first podium finish that he's gotten in a while. So, great race from him. Larry showing once again that he is great at this track. And Abrupt is on a run recently. But yeah, so as we can see here, Benzo, 1 for 1. Larry starting second, finishing second. Same thing with Abrupt. Top 3, all exactly where they started the race. Vodka moving up from 8th to 4th, though. Babmadou 5th is the same. Slingshot went from 10th to 6th. So for driver day, I think there's only 2 real options here, either Slingshot or Vodka, clearly. Both made a lot of mistakes. Like I said, Vodka had his incidents. He had like 9 seconds of time penalties. Slingshot 10 to 6. But for me personally, I'm going to have to give driver of the day to Vodka Victory. He, yes, there were a lot of mistakes that were made. But he had a really rough qualifying session, but was able to redeem himself in the race and keep his championship chances alive. Could have been way worse considering how that qualifying session looked. And had some wicked wheel-to-wheel battles there with Larry for a bit. Kept Larry on his toes. So I'm going to have to give driver of the day to Vodka Victory. But without further ado, before we cue things up here tonight, let's get Benzo, Abrupt, and Larry in the party here for some post-race interviews. Hello.
What's happening?
Yes, sir.
This is it. Just trying to get Larry in here now because he left the lobby, so I gotta scroll down. if
Or
you
me
go
and
into
Benzo, the only two that started on the mediums, I think. At the
yeah,
front,
mediums.
anyways.
Yeah, Gator
Yeah.
also, but Gator he went a while.
But you know what? Karma's a bitch, isn't it? Right, Benzo? Mexico. Mexico. Um,
Yeah.
but, right? So, we'll start off with you, Benzo. Good stuff. Another win in the pocket, extending your lead and keeping McLaren alive in the constructors. How do you feel, man? How do you feel good about your chances on winning this championship now after tonight?
I won't lie. I'm starting to feel good. As always, you never know what's gonna happen next, but yes, it does feel good. I just gotta make sure I stay in the front. I only aiming for number one because you never know what can go wrong. So if you aim for like the rest, you never know. So I'm aiming for the top, and if it works out, I mean, hey, gonna celebrate.
For sure, man. Like I was saying on stream to people who didn't know that, like, you came so close to it last season with Pete just barely losing to Pete there at the end. So I feel like it would mean something to win this time around for sure, right?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be something else. But then again, I gotta say though, yes, of course I'll be winning, whatever. But hey, Pete's not here, so I don't know what's going on. If like, yes, it's a win, but would I still be a winner? You know what I mean?
True, I guess I could see where you're coming from. Yeah, it's you want to win over people. But hey, rumor has it, I've heard he's been talking about bringing out the wheel again for season 9 of PGR. So we'll see if he makes his return and
Let's
maybe
go.
bring back that old rivalry that you guys had. But anyways, good stuff tonight, man. Though good stuff. Moving on to our second place finisher here tonight, Larry. Talking to you before the race, not too surprising. I mean, like I said, this definitely seems to be one of your stronger tracks. But how are you feeling with that battle? Those battles there with Bad Madu and Vodka, man. That was like the best part of the race. I felt was your guys' wheel-to-wheel action there.
Yeah, happy to be back up on the podium. It's been a little bit, but it was definitely some great scraps out there tonight. Glad we got to go through that, and yeah, it's just good to be back up here. It's been a bit, and glad I was able to recover from the couple of mistakes I made. Safety car definitely helped with that, but it worked out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because you have a keen. I know you got an eye. You got a keen eye for these things. With did Gator there in the final turn, did he lose it, or did he try to retire in the pits and he retired way too early?
I can't say that I quite saw it, so I'm not too sure on that one, but I'd have to take a look back on the replay. I'll be honest, I didn't even realize he was close to me on track when that happened.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because it was there on that final turn, so I didn't know if it was because because it is easy to lose it there. A couple guys lost it there tonight. But regardless, man, that was wicked there. You guys going wheel to wheel there.
Yeah, it was definitely some good scraps.
Good scraps. Very good showing. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe similar to Abrupt here. We'll get to Abrupt here now in a second, but similar to Abrupt here, maybe you'll end this. Obviously, like you said earlier in the pre-race interview, this has been a rough season for you, but maybe you'll end this season on a high note, and that'll give you some momentum going into season 9.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, I think we have maybe 4 or 5 races left now, so hopefully I'll be able to finish pretty strong and carry some momentum over the holiday season and bring it into next year.
For sure, man. And to cue things up here, we got Abrupt, we got Pew Pew Motherfucker back on the podium, man. How are you feeling? You had your best race of the season last week, and now another podium. Is this exactly what you wanted?
Yes, sir. I told you I want to move up in points. I'm trying to get in that top 5 in the drivers, man. I'm working for it.
Now, obviously, the safety car kind of fucked you a little bit because it was looking like a pretty safe bet for second place there, but hey.
Indeed, it was.
solid result for the team too. I think you finished third and fifth, if I'm correct.
Oh yes, it was great for the constructor points. I don't know where that's going to put us, but we're moving up. So, they said somebody was talking the other night. They said that they teams start checking the drivers right at the last 5 and 6 races. Well, yeah, here we are. Figured I'd try to impress.
Yeah, no, great races from you and your teammate Badma, dude. Past couple of weeks, you've really been on a high, and we're starting to see the old abrupt come back from last season. So I've been all for it. So good stuff, man. Really, really nice to see you up there fighting at the front again.
Yeah, man, it's really good to be up there.
So what you got? Oh, last thing I gotta say before we go, though, guys, that qualifying, man, that was a close little qualifying there between Larry and Benzo there, man. You almost had him. You almost had the pole. It was close.
Yeah, we were definitely doing some fast laps out there.
Yeah, man, I missed a couple of corners, and I was like, dang it, I know I can get down to a 45, almost a 44.9, but man, I just couldn't put one together out there.
I gotta say though, on the, that final lap me and Larry were going in the quali, I was like 5/10 up, but I fucked it up. I don't know if you saw me go straight in the last corner. I just didn't turn. So I was like, well, that's my cue that I'm done. But then it got super close. So I was like, Jesus Christ. So
yeah, almost cost you.
Yeah, man. Well, I gotta say, all race, man, bro, Larry got me scared. You know what I mean? But when I saw this, at one point I was like gone. But when I saw the safety car, I was like, yo, motherfuckers, bro. Y'all did that shit to me.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
The service got used against you, man.
You were staying within 10 seconds of me. I was like, man.
Take it away, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Sometimes the PayPal service bites in the back. But, that was crazy from Larry, though. All the fastest laps in a row kind of reminded me of that SpongeBob meme where he's like, hey, you want to see me run around that rock? You want to see me do it again?
I was definitely pushing pretty hard. At that point, it was a 3-second penalty that I had, so I was trying to break that window to Benzo. I'd get up to like 1.5, and then he would just come right back. He seemed to be a little bit quicker in like the first and middle sector, and then I'd pull away in the third sector, but then he'd get the DRS and be really quick at the first sector again, and he was just really fast in those turns in the second sector.
You guys were too even. If you had a little more pace on him, you would have won the race. If you'd been able to, if Benzo was a little slow here, but
Listen, I was sweating. I was like, oh man, if he's gone, well, I'm gone, cause hey, I gotta stay with him, bro. I gotta get a sniff of that ass. Pause. You know what I mean?
Hey, I was hoping Larry was gonna get one more penalty, so I'd have caught him.
I wasn't far off of it.
Yeah, guys, that's good stuff. And like I said, we only got one race left before a 2-week winter break. We got France next weekend, and then we got 2-week break, and then we got Suzuka, China, and Abu Dhabi in January. So
nice.
Yes, sir.
Should be a good finish.
Be, an exciting conclusion for sure. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go because long race. One of the longer tracks on the calendar.
Yes, sir.
But
right,
good stuff, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for commentating, Muse. It's been great, man.
Yeah, no worries, man. To anyone who's watching, tune in next week at same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for Circuit to Paul Ricard. I'm your host, Sidoni Muse, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.